Greetings to all of you, wherever you're listening from. I am Commander Bimal Raj, a TEDx speaker, internationally certified trainer and coach, mindset mentor, and a teen and parents coach. In this podcast, The Awkward Talks, I bring you topics that are usually considered taboo or are not discussed freely but are some of the most pivotal things that we should be talking about. My friend Uma has a favorite festival, the Halloween. Okay, it's one of her favorite festivals. Well, for Halloween, she decorates her entire home and throws a very nice party for all her close friends and relatives every year. The fact is that I never heard of this festival while growing up and I never understood the fuss around it, especially in India. So I decided to find more about it. So this podcast is about this interesting and often misunderstood festival, or rather a celebration called Halloween. Well, it's interesting to know the origin of Halloween and how it became a mainstream festival, especially in the West. Its history combines ancient Celtic, Roman, and Christian elements. Its roots extend more than 2 millennia, tracking back to the Celtic festival of Samhain. Now, Samhain signified the conclusion of the harvest season and the onset of winter. The Celts held the belief that on the night of October 31st, the barrier between the realm of the living and that of the dead was at its most porous, allowing spirits to return to earth. Now, this fundamental belief laid the foundation for a plethora of Halloween traditions. Now, as centuries passed, Halloween underwent a significant transformation. Roman influence brought in the festival of Feralia, a day dedicated to honoring the deceased, which was celebrated in late October. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III established November 1st as All Saints' Day, incorporating some Samhain customs into this Christian holiday. The evening prior to November 1st, which obviously is 31st of October, came to be known as All Hallows' Eve, later abbreviated to our own Halloween. Now, Halloween celebration is marked with dressing up in spooky costumes, trick-or-treats, jack-o'-lanterns, haunted houses, etc. And interestingly, each of these has some significance. For examples, costumes on Halloween are believed to have originated from the Celtic practice of wearing disguises to confuse and ward off wandering spirits. Trick-or-treating goes back to medieval Britain, where the poor would go door to door on All Souls' Day, asking for food and money in exchange for prayers for the dead. Now, jack-o'-lanterns, or carving pumpkins into scary faces, it evolved from the Irish legend Stingy Jack, who tricked the devil and was forced to wander the earth with a hollowed-out turnip lantern. There are similar stories for each of the traditions followed in Halloween. Now, personally, I feel that this festival became a hit in the Western world because they don't have many festivals there where they could interact freely with people around and even strangers. Now, the West has a limited number of festivals, and most of the existing ones like Thanksgiving or even Christmas to an extent, they involve just family or people very close to the family. Thanksgiving, for example, which is the most cherished ritual in the US, gathers family primarily around the lunch table and later maybe around the television. In comparison, most Indian religious, regional or even national rituals are celebrated out in the street. We celebrate all festivals with pomp and abandon. Across the country, we throw colored powder at strangers on Holi. During Diwali, we dress up in the best traditional outfits and move out of our homes to meet and distribute sweets to people around us. For their guru's birthdays, Sikhs march around their neighborhood singing and distributing food. Bengalis do pandal hopping during Durga Puja. On Kanum Pongal, Chennaites, Tamilians living in Chennai, they congregate en masse on the beach and at the mall. People from Delhi fly kites on Independence Day. Therefore, for the people in the West, maybe Halloween presented an opportunity where they could dress up in colorful costumes and knock at random people's homes for trick or treat. This may have been a welcome change from the other traditional festivals. I must mention here that this is purely my personal opinion. Now let's talk about Halloween and India. There is an increasing influence of Western culture through movies, social media, and global exchange of ideas. These blurring lines make it easier for people of the West to understand and appreciate many of the Indian festivals, For example, Diwali and Holi. Our understanding and appreciation of Halloween is something similar. We already have adopted days like Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve from the West. Now, traditionally, we in India have our festivals to celebrate the dead. One such festival is Narak Chaturdashi, celebrated on the 14th day of Krishna Paksh of Kartik month. On this day, 14 forefathers are called through rituals and prayers and then warded off. In West Bengal, the day is known as Bhoot Chaturdashi and is celebrated before Kali Puja or Diwali in North India. On this day, it is believed that the veil between this and the netherworld is thin, which is very similar to the Celtic belief. Now here the ancestors descend upon the world to bless their families, and to show 14 forefathers around the house, 14 diyas are placed around the house so that the forefathers don't get lost. Another festival is Pitru Paksha, a 16-day festival phase when ancestors are remembered. During this period, Hindus perform rituals to make departed ancestors happy by offering food and water. The Muslim community celebrates Shab-e-Barat on the 14th night of Shaban. They celebrate it by praying at the graves of their beloved ones. However, all these festivals are very traditional and conducted with a lot of rituals and seriousness. We don't get to dress up in costumes and have fun during these, and I guess Halloween fills this gap. To sum up, Halloween does not involve religious faith or national pride. It is just about wearing spooky dresses, scary storytelling, and enjoying special treats. The costumes that kids create help them develop a sense of imagination. Well, this is true for adults as well. It also helps in breaking myths and superstitions about ghosts. For me personally, Halloween is just a festival. It's a day to enjoy with each other, have a good time, and get creative with costumes and face paints. Well, festivals are all about spreading happiness and celebrations. It's time to come together as friends and family, and Halloween does that beautifully. So why say no to a festival? So dress up, put on a costume, get creative with your face paints, and enjoy Halloween. This is Commander Bimal Raj, and I will be back with another episode very soon.